wasn't even running, man. What's going on, you guys? So for part 2 of the video, I'm going to go over what I found wrong. But first, I want to thank you guys for watching the last one. I appreciate the likes, comments. I'll try to get back to you ASAP. I'm trying to start this channel up. So any feedback, video quality stuff, just let me know. I'm going to get back to you on that one. So thanks for that. For this part, I'm going to go over what I found wrong with the carburetor, which was rebuilt by a mobile mechanic, and I'm going to show you what of a hack job he did, as well as he also did spark plug wires and something with the distributor. I'm going to show you guys what I found wrong. Fortunately for the customer, he's coming out of his pocket a little bit more. I'm going to try to help him out and see if there's anything I could do to fix the distributor. I'm also tearing apart my 850, which I was trying not to do. However, he's trying to be on a budget, so I'm going to help the guy out, take parts off of my 850 that are good, and put them over to his 750 and help the guy out that way. We'll just kind of go the budget route on this. So thank you guys for watching again. I'm going to get straight to the point, so enjoy. Wow, guys. So next update, I took the coil wire out. First thing I showed you on the last one, this cap looked really clean in here. No carbon on the terminals. I take the coil wire out. And let's see if we could... This is just really dusty. You see inside here, it's just full of crap. Alright, let's see what we found wrong with this carb on the teardown. So, here was the main body. Nothing too crazy here. You see kind of how these passageways, oop, that's magnetic, for the air bleeds high and low side, you know, reversed, were kind of blocked. That's from not running an air cleaner. You know, the carb was just sitting like this, and it's been sitting for years, so can't really blame the guy. But you know, if you rebuild a carb, you should be having an air filter over it. So besides that, excuse me, you can see this was done by the carb rebuild guy, just cleaning gasket off, old gasket material, really poor way. Don't try to use a flathead screwdriver. I mean, you can, but try not to gouge it like that. And he still left material over anyway. So this is the secondary side. Let's look at the primary. And you're going to notice a big difference here. A lot of black soot in here. Now, that is not normal. Also leftover gasket material. This could fall off potentially, and as well as that metal piece. This could fall off and possibly block some of these passages here. So this power valve cavity here is filled with vacuum from the base plate, which activates the power valve, and you know, the fuel will work through the circuit and the metering block. However, you see it's all black and sooted here. That is not good. So this car was obviously running rich. Looking at the main fuel bowl, this was the bad pump diaphragm here. This is just stuck. There's no way this is going anywhere. I also found this spring. This is fine, not too bad. However, you have a normal screw for the base on this pump, which is what that should look like, right? You got the little lock washer. This is what I found on the other one. Now, this threads are, this screw is a lot bigger. And you can see where he stripped it here. So this fuel bowl is bad. I'm not gonna waste my time with this. I'm just gonna be using parts off of my 850. So this wasn't good. Also, if you blow in here while moving the float up and down, while it's down, you should be able to push air through here. While you move the float up, it should block it off. When the float goes down past the point of your adjustment, this will allow passage through here. and this is getting stuck. So this needle and seat assembly needs to get replaced. However, we're just going to be going and rebuilding that one there. So primary metering block, sorry. Remember, this cap was cracked and not right. This is how it sat. I literally disassembled it. You can see there's a bunch of black soot in here as well. So this thing was probably backfiring really bad, or running just, I think it was running not enough timing, honestly. Also, this is how I found this block. I did not loosen this before I put it back just for video purposes, but in a video you'll see there was like a gap right there, and when I went to go loosen it, it just turned freely. So this power valve was never seated properly to begin with when I disassembled it. You can also see here this passage, well, of course in the video it looks great, but this passage is actually blocked inside there. That one's a lot clearer, and you can see how much smaller that one is. This is actually blocked. There's a bunch of soot in here, which gets passed through one of these channels, right? And through the block and the body, whatnot. So bringing me to the base plate. The base plate is obviously way out of adjustment. You can see here, the idle screw is turned down a whole lot here. And you can also tell by this idle transition slot in here. That slot should not be rectangular. I'm sorry, rectangular like that. This slot should only be, it should look, they say what, 40 thousandths? At the end of the day, I'm not gonna measure with feeler gauges and all that, but what this what this slot should look like is more like a square. So this is way past the transition. That's why, and here going back to his metering block for the primary side, there's his screw for the idle mixture screw. I haven't touched this yet, so let's just curious. Right, this is one. So it's one full turn. So one flat, always turn these by flat. It's almost one full turn and it's blocked off. So he was trying to lean it out too much. This should be started off by, if that's closed, you should back it off 3 flats. So 1, 2, 3, and we adjust from there. However, there's no adjustment. This will not adjust anything if you're exposing your idle transition slots too much, which was what was happening here. When you drill holes in the plates, that allows you to pull more air through the carburetor for idle. He should have then backed this off more, right? So that we could expose and actually use our idle transition slots normally. Now, the second problem I noticed, the idle slot on this side is blocked, and on this side, can't see if you can pick it up, but it's kind of showing. So you can see the square there, nothing showing there. As I open it, it gets exposed more. So, and these butterflies do not look aligned very well. So I'm going to be using the base plate from the 850 for this. Eliminate all these holes, and I know that's a good base plate. We'll work with that, but this whole thing is just a mess. You can see this passage here on the primary side. You can't see on the camera, but this is all black soot. On newer carbs, there's a check ball here to prevent backfires from going in and damaging the power valve, right? Well, the body's not on, but that would prevent a backfire from going through here and damaging the diaphragm from the body and this side, blowing that out. So newer base plates have it. This carb did not. That one did not. But the black soot from this whole carburetor, I'm assuming it's from lack of timing and just horrible adjustability. So that's what I found for the base plate. The secondary side, you can see again, you know, he just scratched it up. I'm not going to say I've never done this. I've done this before, and it's not that bad, guys. It's just like, oh, throw it away, garbage. No. However, you just want to try to eliminate that as much as possible. So get some bristles or soak it in, clean it up with carb cleaner. The other thing noticeable here, well, I took this out already, but this is the same thing. This is already, I haven't touched this one. Let's see how far this is turned in. So 1/2. So like 3/4 of a turn, it's already stopping. So they tried making it run leaner by adjusting these all the way in. However, not enough timing, you'll run rich. And trying to adjust all this at once, you know, they had a recipe for disaster. They had the idle screws just adjusted in. They had these holes in the plates. I mean, this was just absolute failure as far as trying to tune it themselves. So that was garbage. Fuel lines, they had Teflon tape on it. There's no need for Teflon tape. Again, it seals in here, kind of like a brake fitting with this flare. It's supposed to seal inside of there, but you can see how this is just all cross-threaded. So these never went in all the way. Oh, sorry. These never went in all the way. So that would have been leaking. Let's see, let's go start, and it's stuck right there, stops. Not because of Teflon, because it's cross-threaded. So this whole thing was just a hack job, man. I mean, you have the wrong size bolt here. Here goes the secondary side. Where was this one at? This one had this screw here, which is the right thread. But this is how this was sitting. Remember when I first put the video, look, this is snug right there. And look at that. Big old gap. So when I hit the accelerator, and this is sitting like this on the car, this was just leaking all in the back here. So this is just a recipe for disaster. One of the worst jobs I've ever seen and come across in a long time, if not the worst. So sorry for the long video, guys, but so bringing me to the next part of the video of what I found. Let's see, this is the distributor cap. And on the video, a bunch of dust came out when I removed the coil. And I looked underneath, and these are all clean on the terminals for the spark plug-ins. When he put this new cap on, and he put these wires, this was another thing I found wrong. Look at that spark plug wire. This is the one that was changed. When I pulled this out, number 1, I think. When I pulled this out, this came off. Now, I've seen this, now that I remember, I've seen this before. It was a fix, roadside fix on a customer's car that he brought to this shop I used to work at. Never seen this done to fix a car. So what this actually is you cut the wire and you put this through that little copper end. Let's see if you could. It's supposed to make contact with the wire, but look, I mean, this is just such a hack job of a fix, supposedly, and this is sitting inside here. So, I mean, really, you know, normally your wires should be 2 ways. MSD, you could crimp the center part of the spark plug wire, or you bend it back like that and crimp it into the wire, the casing. But that way is just crazy. Unbelievable. Blew my mind. What made it worse, this is the coil wire here. The coil was getting sparked. You could tell this was getting sparked. There's just so much dust and whatnot in here. However, none of these other terminals are getting spark. So there's either something wrong with the magnetic pickup and it's not getting signal, giving signal, which kind of weird because this is getting spark, or his timing is so far off that it's not sparking at the right time and thus not creating a spark to the terminal. So this was one of the worst jobs I've ever seen. Customers coming tomorrow to review all this. I have the Holley rebuild kit here. So what I'm going to be doing is using this 750 main body and putting this base plate, these metering blocks, fuel bowls, and rebuilding everything here and putting that into these. What's going on, you guys? Thanks for watching that video. Again, sorry for the long video, but I was just explaining everything I found wrong. So this next one, I'm going to be rebuilding the carburetor in a time lapse and cleaning it up. No need for me explaining that. It's pretty, well, it's a long process, but if you guys want to check it out, there's other videos on YouTube. I will be doing one later. But for now, I'm trying to get this guy on the road. So I'll be rebuilding the carb with a time lapse. Inputting, installing the starter and distributor wires, spark plugs, making it look neat, and then see if I can find anything wrong with the distributor. Hopefully we'll get a fire up. So again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and leave your comments. This video took a little longer for the editing purposes, but I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Have a good one.